Welcome back, guys. Maybe you feel a little happy. Maybe not. I don't really know. You know, if y'all are actually watching this, I would hope you're doing it not hatefully.
Hopefully.
That
would be crazy if you were.
Guys,
that's a lot of time to dedicate.
I was just about to say, that's a lot of time to waste just to hear us yap or see our lovely faces in this summer heat. Yap as well. We don't have shirts to match with what we're talking about today, but this is good enough.
It's anime.
It's anime adjacent. Really, what more can you ask for, okay? So, episode 2 of our second fall season, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, 4th total, if we're counting the summer.
If we're counting the summer, but like, whew, the fact that we've already made it a year, guys, crazy. Right. But we are going to talk about Dandadan today. Oh, I know we plugged it in our welcome back first episode video, but man, is it the best show this season that I'm actually tuning into. Can't speak for others that might be popular.
No, fair. I think the only other one I've watched is Summer Hikaru Died, and that one's good, but I'm not like fully caught up with it. It's also like ongoing still, but like
so is Dandadan.
Yeah, I'm episodes behind in it, and it's good, but like Dandadan is.
I think it's the fact that we also are with characters. Anyway, we'll talk about this. I don't want to get too into it, but anyway, welcome back. We love a certain show. One Piece. But we also cover other anime.
For Delicious in Dungeon,
Apothecary Diaries,
Jujutsu Kaisen,
Solo Leveling. We like to spiel.
Exactly.
Covering seasonal anime, this is Seasonal Spiels. So, obviously, if we're talking about Dandadan, spoilers specifically through episode 22. I think of him in like blocks of 12, so I was thinking episode 10. We probably won't talk about it this episode that much because it just came out at the time of this recording. We really don't care about the evil eye stuff, so spoilers through, I guess, everything regarding that and a little bit after. Before episode 10, I guess, I don't think we're going to talk about it much.
Yeah, because I don't know.
It's not bad. It's a step down. Not like, I like the tonal shift, but it's like, it takes away from the evil eye focus, which is fine, and introduces a new character, but it's one episode with this character, and I'm already like trying to feel him out, and we're not going to get into that.
Okay.
But I am loving Dandadan so much. I just love the vibe of the characters and them interacting.
There's like almost too much to talk about, I feel like, because I keep like thinking, oh, I like this, I like that, but like I think one of my favorite parts about this was the case for the first season too, but I think one of my favorite things about this season is how like they're not taking like, I saw like somebody else talk about this, but the way that they have like the characters interact with one another, just like not in relation to like, you know, evil eye or aliens or ghosts or anything like that, like just like the characters interacting like with each other and on their own. It's very much like, it feels natural, and it's something that like can only be achieved like in animation, because if you show like characters doing like normal stuff in like live action, it's just like, okay, I don't care. But like in animation, it's very like that scene where Ira like does her makeup.
Dude, I love that.
Like it gives you more like insight into, not a ton, but it just like, it shows you like how these characters interact in the world, and it makes them feel very like real. It
definitely bridges that gap of like, oh, I'm watching something I objectively know is not real, because there's no hint of real 3D people except for voices, which get overshadowed by the animation. So I totally get what you're saying.
Like that also that scene where this was another thing that like what is it? It's that scene where Gigi and Ogre, like Gigi gets up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom, and because like he still can't like touch cold water and hot water. I was like trying to remember which one it was. So he can't touch cold water at all. So he gets up to use the bathroom and is trying to be careful, and then like Ogre hears him moving around and like gets up and is like, hey man, like they're both really sleepy.
Yes.
He's like, hey man, I got you, don't and even test the water.
And Momo like peeks out of her room like, oh, nothing's wrong, let me close it back up.
It's so fun.
It's just like a good vibe, you know, spending more time with these characters. But speaking of characters, I do want to kind of delve into Gigi, because that like at the end of season 1, you're getting Ogren's perspective of like Threat, her old crush. You know, you get that vibe from him because he spent all this time with Momo, and here this Gigi guy comes in. He's obviously mega popular in school, which I found weird at first, because I was like, what on earth is this man doing? I was like,
he's so like, I don't know if you watch the dub at all. He's definitely like outgoing in the sub. In the dub, it's like so fun. I mean,
it probably has,
definitely,
there's probably a like culture barrier in the sub for sure. So I understand me not understanding stuff just because I'm not Japanese.
No,
crazy.
But it's just, like, so funny. Either way.
I think,
like, how...
I think it's probably funnier if you know context from the dub, depending on how they translate it, whereas...
That makes more sense,
so,
yeah.
like, I think you can get... Those are the two different ways of, like, going about it. Do you want to understand it and laugh that way, or do you want to be confused, like, Okuro and laugh that way?
Right.
Of course, he probably still gets it. But anyway. I digress. But I love how this, like, entire season is essentially the first 2/3 of the season, through episode 9, dedicated to Gigi. And it's just really interesting because I never thought I would care to see his weirdness until it went away. In battle, and he just has to be like the responsible one who doesn't, who has to stop both Momo and Okurum from trying to kill themselves.
Trying to skirt around
when they're getting like manipulated by, what is it, a worm?
Yeah, that like earthworm. I don't know what it's called, but that like worm.
The worm
that eats all the houses and stuff.
Just call it the worm at this point.
Yeah.
Man, were those people crazy? And I thought that was really funny how it ended up being the fact that it was the hot spring that was the dragon or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, interesting. So that whole sequence was weird. It was also, sorry for spoilers, this is just something I thought of, not even in the script, y'all. But that old, like, matriarch lady being an alien, I was like, whoa.
Oh, yeah.
That was so cool.
Is it just her, or is it implied that, like, all of them
I think it's just her.
Okay.
I think...
Yeah,
or at least
she definitely is, but...
I was about to think, if nothing else, just her who's going to be relevant in the future, because now she has a vendetta against Momo and Okurin and Gigi. But I just was like, man, this show has been teasing, like, aliens and spirits being similar, but now it's, like, going full throttle and intermixing them, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
With that. But the action and animation has been so on fire. Like, Science Sorrow is popping off.
Yeah, it's so good. I also like, the way that, like... I don't know, it's, like, insanely weird to explain, but, like, in the show it makes sense, like, the way that, Momo uses, like, the worm to put out, like, the fire.
Yes!
Which is, like...
disgusting but hilarious.
It's something I would never have thought of, but, like, it makes sense in context, and it's very, like...
Again, we're not gonna go too deep because it's still got... It's not as bad as the first few episodes of season 1, where it's very in-your-face innuendos, but... I can't even really say it's innuendos, can I?
Yeah, it's just blatant out there.
Blatant, but it's a lot more, like, toned down.
Yeah.
So far. It's been more plot relevant.
The plot has shifted from being focused on... I mean, like, I'm not gonna, like, get explicit with it. Yeah. It's, like, you know... but the plot from season 1 is, like, kind of relevant in season 2, but it's, like, more in the background. Like, it's just kind of like a...
Yeah. It's on the back burner, for sure, because we're focusing on the new problem of Evil Eye and Gigi, which are very relevant.
Yeah. Very much a problem.
Yeah, very much a problem. I like how they give a backstory to Evil Eye and humanize him, yet show that it doesn't change the fact that he's still an evil spirit, and that evil spirits are created to hate people, essentially. Yeah. Like, you know, like, there's that factor of, like, oh, there was a human, but that kind of is irrelevant and overshadowed by the fact that that's not who he is now. Yeah. But he's, like, actively destroying you guys' house every time. Literally! For, like, even if he's let out for, like, 2 seconds. Literally. I love that soy sauce, like, zoom in, and then it doesn't spill, and then the second time it does it, you're the way that they, like, it's really good. It's, the balance between comedy and action is so One Piece, well done. The duality of it, like, if you like One Piece, like we do, you know how it balances, like, slapstick in the midst of, like, and like, you know, deep traumatic stories, and then really, you know, jaw-dropping action scenes and, like, stuff like that. It balances all that well. Dandadan does that, but, like, times 2. Really, in my opinion. Yeah. Not the deep emotional trauma stuff yet. That hasn't hit, and hopefully it will. But definitely the comedy and action on fire, for sure. And I love Okurin's growth this season. Yeah. The little training arc. Okay. I love music. I never thought I'd be saying I appreciated seeing, like, Beethoven, Bach, Mozart, bobblehead evil spirits fighting in an alternate musicale theater auditorium dimension. Yeah, that was when that episode, like, or when that happened in the episode, I was just like, okay. Yeah. We're doing this. I was like, I wasn't even, not even in a, like, this is stupid way. It's just like, oh, okay. Switching gears. Yeah. No, it throws you in the deep end and it just keeps going. Like, when you think you understand the patterns, it throws you a curveball all over again, and I love it. It's really fun the way that they use, like, because this is, like, almost completely, well,
you could, I guess, like, if you're looking at it for the first time, like, the actual, like, fighting the past, like, composers and musicians like Mozart and Beethoven and all them, it's like saying that out loud, it's like, that's so, why are they doing that?
Yeah.
But like in this show they like do a very good job of like making it relevant in the sense that like Turbo Granny is trying to teach Okarun, like, you know, in her own way, like, this is everybody else's tempo, this is where you need to be at, and then that fight with the composers and everything, like, teaches him, oh, okay, this is how, like, it's really cool how they, like, take something, like, insane and are just like, yeah, this makes sense. This is relevant to what, like, we need Okarun to be doing.
And I was so floored by the creativity, like, the black and white and the cinematography of it all. And even, I didn't expect that to be my favorite fight scene of the season so far either, because I was like, in theory, it sounds so ludicrous. Like, you know, like, it's just crazy, and I love how he defeats them with bows, too, like, to their heads. But Because at the beginning of the show, like, probably, episode 5 or 6, when they team up to stop Evil Eye, man, did that feel like, oh, this is endgame moment right here. Right. Like, we're getting all the gang back together. Getting Granny Seiko, getting, I don't remember his name.
The shrine guy?
No, that's Manjiro. I know his name because it's so weird. No, you're getting the alien, the mantis shrimp alien, that's it.
Beach guy.
I don't know if he has a name. I don't know,
He does, I think.
He does, but I don't know it. And also the half skeleton man, again, whose name I also don't remember. Toro? Something like that.
It starts with a T.
I think Toro sounds right. Something Taro, maybe?
Yeah.
Something like that. Anyway, I love how clever that was. I was like, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And so that was awesome because, you know, Manjiro and Momo needed it, and Okarun wasn't there. So that was that. But that was such a great fight. I was like, oh, nothing's gonna top that. Yeah. And even though I love, like, Okarun v Evil Eye, like, both the first and second time, like, that musical battle with Ira and Okarun was just way too cool.
Yeah.
They went so hard when they didn't have to, in my opinion, but, you know,
it's so
I'm here for it. But all that to say, I think what also has been really fun, at least for me this season... You ready for this?
I might be. I don't know.
I love... What is it? Hayashi Hirashi. Guys, I had a brain fart for a second. Hayashi. I just love them. I don't know how to describe, like, when they came on screen, I was like, I am here for this. Yeah. Like, that concert happened, I was like, yes. I'm right there with y'all.
They're so good. That was so, like, they showed up and I was like, okay, this is gonna be, like, an insane exorcism. They just started playing thrash metal and I'm like, yeah. And
I love how
this is sick.
I just love how all the spirits rise up and it becomes a concert. Like, that was so good. I was like, I didn't expect to hear the vocals either. I don't know the artist's name, and the fact that I even recognize the artist to be is crazy, but if it's the sub, it's from Grand Rodeo, whoever the vocalist from that is. I only noticed that because I once, back in the day, watched an anime called Seven Deadly Sins.
Oh, no.
Before dropping it because it was terrible.
Yeah.
And that was one of the openings. I think one of them was by them, or maybe it was multiple. I gave up after like 2 seasons, y'all.
Okay.
It was flashbacks. But anywho, I was like, I recognized the voice, so I had to look up who it was. I don't know who it is in dub.
I have no idea either.
Someone.
Yeah, it's
someone
somebody.
with good vocals.
I think it's somebody from, like, an actual, not thrash metal band, but, like, a heavy metal band. I just don't know who it is.
Makes sense, because I'm pretty sure Grand Rodeo is, like, a rock band, so similar vibes. But, man, was it, like, good. I was like, hunting song, yes. And so when Okarun pulled that out for the musical battle, I was like, dude, you ain't it, but I'm here to hear the song again. Like, play it.
So glad.
Like,
came back.
And the fact that, like, I don't know, like, I know Manjiro wanted to call him again to exercise Evil Eye before Okarun stepped in and fixed it, but I really hope they return. Like, give me more songs. Actually, just give me Hunting Soul again. I'll listen to it again, real. Like, for free, and for not for free, because I will pay for that, yes.
Yeah. It's also the contrast between, like, the heavy, or the, like, thrash metal playing, and then,
traditional, like, Japanese.
Well, that too, but also, like, it's, like, all really loud in the background, and then you hear Gigi, like, start crying, and it's like, no, don't do it, and I'm like, that's really...
No,
that's, like, the tonal dissonance there is, like, really, like, funny, but also, I feel like it makes it almost sadder, where you're like...
Oh, for sure.
Like, you're kind of put in the position of Gigi a little bit, where you're like, oh, this is so overwhelming, like, so many things are going on right now.
No, yeah.
I just know that I don't want, like... the evil eye to be exercised out of me, and it's like, damn. Or dang.
You're good. No.
Good save.
It's okay.
But, like, yeah, it's just that, like, tonal dissonance, like, they do a good job of making, like, those two, very strong emotions, like, play. I guess, like, the heavy metal, like, plays into the sadness in a sense where it's, like,
yeah.
No, I don't know how to explain it.
No,
it's
I
just
get
like
you.
Overwhelming for the viewer, but also overwhelming in the same way for Gigi, so you kind of know.
No, I get what you mean. Like, there's a thing in writing where if you have a really low and immediately shift to high, like, that high becomes higher because it's contrasted by that low you just experienced. It's something like One Piece does really well. Sorry, I'm just gonna bring it up again. It's the best example. It's like, oh, we're fighting, this adrenaline pumping, really sad freaking backstory.
Right.
Then when you defeat, oh, that punch is so satisfying.
Yeah.
Like that kind of difference. So I get what you mean. But it's a balancing act. It sounds easy, it's not. It's not. My hero does a terrible job of that.
Yeah.
But,
they just kind of,
they
not
don't
to get too deep into it, but they just kind of, like, retroactively give people, like, not even a backstory, but just, like, motivation.
It's not even that. It's the fact that, like, the arcs themselves, they go low and they stay there too long before going to the high. Yeah. And so it's the pacing of it is why it doesn't work. But anyway, I don't really want to talk about that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but all this to say, I am enjoying Gigi and Evil Eye. Even Ira, for what little she's been in it, this second season has still been really fun. Her just cussing out Turbo Granny while following Okarun and being like, that was just the evil side of me, and then turns around and one still cusses.
I would never say something like that, and just, like, 2 seconds later.
repeats it, dead serious.
It's like, hey, I don't know.
It's so good, like, you know, frankly, even speaking of, like, I love Hayashi so much. I also like the opening, and even the ending has kind of grown on me for the second season.
Yeah, I actually don't know if I've heard the ending. I think
it's like okay. I think to me it's just okay. This isn't like an insult. Like I still think it's a decent song, but it's just as good as the previous ending, where it was like a vibe, and it wasn't like I wouldn't. It's better than just, like, I would at least listen to it every time. Yeah. But I don't really go out of my way to listen to them, if that makes sense. Yeah. Whereas the opening, what I thought was not ever going to be, like, top, like, I didn't think Creepy Nuts Otonoke was going to be top. Yeah. But it's such a good different vibe that fits this season so well to a T. I'm like, no, this holds up.
Yeah. Like, the way that they animate the opening, I think, is, like, on par with, like, they're not, just because the song has changed, they're not decreasing, like, the quality of, like, the actual opening itself or anything like that. It's really cool.
I love it. Like, and the focus on Okarun makes sense for, like, the fact that this season has been focusing more on him anyway. Because, like, no offense, but Momo knows who she is. Like, obviously she's a teenager, so she doesn't, but, like, she does. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can say I know who I am all I want. I probably won't figure it out until, like, 50. Like, you know, in 20 plus years, you know, as per usual. But, like, she has at least a self... Like, she at least has identified herself very well, whereas Okarun, who now has friends, who now has this crush, and now has this, like, responsibility of Turbo Granny's power, is trying to, like, gain footing. And so it makes more sense that we're kind of focusing on him trying to gain that footing with Turbo Granny's help. Love that. Yeah. Love the fact that she was just holding on to him while he fought Evil Eye to, like, be like, oh, you're weak. Yeah. Love that.
It's so good.
So good. Like, okay, sorry, I'm gonna get into a little controversy. I can't talk today, guys. Controversy. So you know how Granny said going Turbo Granny. We're both nominated for Best Side Character or Supporting Character. This season is when they should be nominated for it. Yeah. Like, they're way more involved, way more relevant and supportive. Like, I love how Granny Seiko is just like, no, that's a man's words. Let him speak, Manjiro. Let him speak. He doesn't want Evil Eye to be exercised for Gigi. Let him speak. Yeah. I'm like, pop off. For sure.
Yeah, it's very, like, they have roles in the first season, but they're very much, like, way more involved in season 2. Like, Granny Seiko, that whole thing with, like, Gigi, also, like, that, I wouldn't call it an arc, but that, like, episode where they're trying to, like, her, Momo, Turbo Granny, and, I don't remember her name, but, like, the, what's...
Ira?
No, not Ira. Like, the anatomical guy, his, like, girlfriend.
Oh, his girlfriend, yes. I don't know her name
All four of them are, like, looking at their house, like, after everybody leaves, and are like, so, what are we gonna do about this? And then, like, Granny Seiko has that, like, whole thing of, like, no, I don't want anybody's help. And then Momo's like, no. We need help. Let people.
Love that.
It's really cool. And then, like, Turbo Granny, like, again, like, supporting Okarun and having, like, I say supporting. She is, but it's just the way that she goes about it that's really, like, it doesn't seem like she's supporting him at all.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, like, they have, like, they're arguably, like, supporting characters, actually, in this season.
For sure.
Like, in the first season, they're important, but not, like, genuinely support characters, I don't think.
Like, Granny Sicko's sort of nice, but she's still just introduced and really only helps them take out Turbo Granny. And after that, it's like, well...
She's around.
Yeah. And this is how you fix what you messed up, etc. And Turbo Granny is still technically an antagonist that whole time, like, slowly shifting towards, like, friend. You could argue. Ally, ally. I was like, but even that is arguable, because she doesn't really become a true ally, I think, until Gigi, because, like, yeah, she helps with Acro Silky, but also not really.
True. Yeah.
Like, so, there's that. But anywho, just felt like saying that, pointing that out, that I'm on board for them being supporting characters, just not for season 1, because it's just not true. But I digress.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will say this, like, one last thing. I think it's just really cool to see... Sorry, I need to keep scrolling.
No, you're good.
To see, like, the different animation styles, because... Speaking of the house being destroyed and then them needing help, that Minecraft alien showing up out of nowhere, I was like, at first I thought it would take me out, and it did for a second, but then I don't know why, and I don't know how, I don't know if it's my humor, or because it was recent and it just was a good gag, I don't know. But he was, like, the funniest character ever for the season for me. Just the fact that you couldn't understand him, and he was just angry the whole time, kept destroying so much.
Yeah. And then the Jeej alien guy is like, oh, he's saying he's, like... so honored and
making
to rebuild this house
and making up some happy things. And it's like, dude is still upset about being punched. Like,
I'm almost like, he actually just kicked through the window that we just fixed. So
and
I don't.
And then Shrip just goes fixes it, and he's like, nah, he's just happy for y'all. Yeah. It's like, no, he's not.
No, he definitely is.
I think that bit, like, sometimes bits go on too long and don't work, and sometimes bits that keep going work phenomenally. And that's one of the latter for sure. And I thought, again, the fact that he looked like a Minecraft character would be weird, but it actually works.
I mean, the way that they rebuilt their house is like...
Oh, it's sick.
It's really cool.
I know.
But it also is, like, kind of Minecraft.
I actually admire how they did that, because, you know how, like, how do I put this? You know, let's take the Avengers and, like, Marvel and DC. They always have, like, this fancy mansion that's, like, made to withstand nuclear weapons at this point. Like, but that makes sense, because it's like, oh, millionaires built this and designed it. Like, so I think having a actual... like, believable plot device of, like, oh, of course, when we take Evil Eye home, he's not happy, he destroys the place, to then use alien technology to make it essentially invulnerable is sick. And I'm like, wow, that was well written.
I also like how that becomes like the destruction of their house is like an actual like problem.
Yes,
it seems like a small thing, but I feel like a lot, well, maybe anime wouldn't do this, but I feel like I thought maybe it would run on, like, cartoon logic for a while, where it's like, oh, it gets destroyed, but it's fine.
That's what I thought.
But they actually make it, like, a consistent issue, like, where,
the cardboard.
Like, where they have to, it's not completely destroyed yet, so they, like, put cardboard everywhere, and it's, like, really cold, and they're like, and then it completely gets destroyed, and then they're like, how do we go about fixing this? And then... you know, Minecraft guy comes in. It's really cool.
It's like, really cool.
It's a small thing, but I like how they make that an actual, like, problem.
No, for sure. I love it. I also love Gigi's mom. I'm like, oh, that's where he gets it from. Woman is insane. Even her husband is like, dear, are you sure about this? Like, he's so calm. Woman is flooring it backwards, driving. I'm like, are you Tow Mater? Like, what's going on here? Like, you that level of insane? You're from Cars?
Right.
But, yeah... poor Chi-Chi trying to run. And then they get there and they're like, oh, the house is fixed. I'm like, you didn't think to find that out before buying all that material?
True, yeah. That seems like a lot.
Like, I get the idea.
Return it.
I mean, to be fair, it was within 24 hours, so I get the idea, like, oh, you wouldn't think it's fixed, but dude, you have a spirit inside you. I think you should think these things through. But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, this season is on fire. We love the gang, interacting more, both for dangerous situations and as people and teenagers. Yeah. Love it. I will plug episode 10 a little bit here. Be prepared, if you haven't seen it, to be confused in the first 5 minutes, especially if you don't remember certain episodes from the first season, because the first 5 minutes before the intro are essentially like a replay of one of the previous episodes from a different new character's like perspective.
Oh, interesting.
Which is interesting because when I first watched it, I was like, wait a second, I've seen this before. And it took me like 2 minutes into like the clips to be like, oh, this is from like back. It doesn't tell you. It doesn't give you a timestamp. And then it picks up from where like episode 9 ends after the intro. Basically. So just don't think it's like Okarun regressing, because it's showing you a moment before he's
where he's at now.
Where he's at now, yeah, perfect way to say it. I was stumbling, but yeah, that was like it's not much of a spoiler. It's just you probably can catch it, but I have seen like I was curious because I wanted to see what people thought of this new character, because I'm also up in the clouds about it essentially, and some people were like, oh, why is Okarun so rude again? I'm like, guys, it's a previous episode.
Yeah, it's actually
fair enough. It took me a good couple minutes to realize it, but then I was like, no, I've seen this before.
That's interesting, because I knew that I've seen like maybe like 3 screenshots total of like the new character that gets introduced in episode 10, so I know what he looks like.
I don't even know his name.
Yeah.
I don't know his name.
I know that there's a new person, and I know that what he looks like, but I didn't know any of that, so that's interesting.
I will reserve comment, because A, it's one episode with him, and B, I don't know where we're going with him either.
Yeah.
I'll wait till at least this little arc with him involved concludes. It's like, we're kind of going back to the plot, but not.
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing has been plot, but we're going back to focusing on Okarun's problem, shall we say.
Oh, okay.
like the end of the 9th episode teases, where like... So, but yeah, that's basically all we had to say. Sorry I couldn't talk this episode. Don't know what's
so good.
Don't know what's going on. But so we know the fall season is coming up. So we'll probably only talk about 1 or 2 more summer anime. But before that, our next episode is actually going to be about Demon Slayer and Howl's Moving Castle, because both of those movies are coming out. Howl's should be coming out when we release next episode, ideally, depending on scheduling. But Demon Slayer is coming out this coming weekend, so by the time it comes out, we should be able to watch it and let's talk about it. So we want to, because it's relevant, technically summer.
Yeah.
Part 1 of a trilogy of movies for the final saga, which makes sense to me. If a table make that money, might as well. Like, people pay for it. I will pay for it. I will preface. I have read the manga, so I'm really just there to be like, to see the adaptation. Like, I already know what's going to happen. I'm just curious how they're adapting it.
Yeah.
Not that they haven't been doing a phenomenal job, but yeah.
I'm intrigued because like I have read it, but it's been so long that I kind of forget what happens.
It's also been a while for me, because technically, if we actually think about the last time I touched the manga, was freshman year, so it's been 4 years.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. However, I remember it well enough. Like, I might forget minute details, but I remember like everything beat for beat. Like, anything I forgot is like, oh, what's your name? Like, stuff like that. But and I think, don't hold me to this, but I think this first movie is supposed to deal with the rematch with Akaza, Upper Moon 3.
Oh,
I think they're planning it to do 3 and then 2 and then 1, which is technically anime. Sorry, we're rambling a lot for this outro, but you know how anime does this. It focuses on fights and usually goes from weakest to strongest of the main players. I say weakest loosely, like they're still arguably strong, but they're just not the top dogs like Muzan or someone, right? So I think the movies are kind of playing to that idea, where, because it does happen in Demon Slayer. I don't actually think it happens in that order though. If my brain remembers correctly, I think it goes 2, 3, 1. I think Akaza actually is after. I don't know. I really don't remember. See, again, minute details. Like, I remember what happens, but not the order. But technically, it happens at the same time. You know, you focus on a battle, but it's at the same time as other battles. So, really, moot point. So, all this to say, we'll talk about movies next episode. Be prepared for that, and spoilers for the movie, of course, for both of them. But with that, thanks for watching. I'm Quincy Lell.
And I'm Audrey Williams.